tried recording this video once and it was close to a half an hour and I just kind of stumbled through it and rambled a lot and didn't get to some of the points that I wanted to make. So I'm going to try again. And hopefully I can keep this under 10 minutes like I had initially hoped. Uh, and we'll see if I can do that and go from there. Some of you know who I am already. I'm Ben. For those of you who don't, I'm just a nerd. I'm a guy that does landscaping and construction that is just a big kid at heart. I can be a real asshole sometimes, though. And for the most part, I'm unfiltered. I bought a camera recently. So, I got this here. There we go. It's a Nikon D3500 DSLR. It's a damn fine camera. So I'm going to be actually posting a lot more videos lately. Or in the near future, I should say. Sorry. I'm tired. I already worked today. I've been up since like 5 in the morning. And it's 9 at night now. So I'm trying. That's why my last attempt at this kind of failed. So you're going to be seeing videos from me. It's not going to be like my stream stuff. That at this point I'm streaming on Twitch, which means I'm under contract with Twitch because that's what the user agreement is. It says that while you're active on Twitch, you won't be active streaming elsewhere. So I can't. I just won't be live streaming on YouTube. Twitch is a better service for streaming. And YouTube is a better service for just watching videos. So I'm going to be putting, like, I think slideshows of the pictures that I take. And, you know, whatever contact information you need, you just get in touch with me through YouTube or whatever if you feel like buying the pictures that I take. But other than that, you'll be able to find them in the videos that I'm going to make. There'll be slideshows. You'll have, like, you know, a few seconds with each of them. But I figure I'll give you guys a little bit of a taste of what I've been doing. Photo out. Nope, not that one. That. Alright, so first things first, I need to shrink down my webcam to about that size. Because my ugly mug isn't anywhere near as important as these pictures. Alrighty. Let's just minimize that for now, I guess. Alright, so these are taken at the Northwood Meadows State Park in Northwood, New Hampshire. This was actually not. This one was taken at my house. This is the wrong files. Hang on. Those are without filters. So yeah. Here's Mr. Spider. I thought that was a fantastic friggin' picture. That was done with 18 to 55 millimeter zoom lens that came with my awesome new camera. Honestly, like, photography's new to me. I'm still learning it. Bear with me. I'm gonna make mistakes. Some of them probably I'm gonna think it look solid, and somebody else is gonna look at it and be able to pick it apart. That's fine. I just started doing this 2 weeks ago. So this is the spider that was chilling outside my house when I was getting ready to go take some pictures at the state park. I saw him. I was like, cool. And so I got up as close as I could with just my 55 millimeter lens that came with the camera. And this is the quality that I came away with. I think that's pretty freaking awesome. There's that guy. I'm just gonna show you my favorite ones here. That's the, yeah, I think that's the one. Kind of hard to tell, honestly. One of them, the horizon here is straighter. I think it's that one. Maybe they're both kind of crooked, but like in opposite angles. But anyway, yeah, there's that. Like, check out that detail. This is just with a 55 millimeter zoom lens. Like, just the basic one that came with the kit. This is from a shore. Like, I'm just, like, the shoreline's just below where you can see the water, obviously. I'm just kind of crouched down. This is that. This was the first, fall colorings that I've found this year. I took these on Labor Day weekend. I live in New Hampshire. It's my home state. I was born and raised here. I don't live in Northwood. This is where I was raised, but I don't live there anymore. But yeah, this was the state park that was basically my stomping grounds growing up. I came out here and I got some great, great pictures. This is obviously, like, I like this one because you get a lot of the red foliage here coming into fall, end of summer, starting to see everything change. So we'll have a lot of tourists out here for that. I just thought this was a cool picture, honestly. Like, I liked the way that it all came out after filters were applied. Like, the greens are green, the browns are brown. I don't know. I thought that was a good, solid picture. This one is intentionally overexposed, which caused a little bit of lens flare here, which I actually like. But I really liked this picture. The way that it came out. You've got the out of focus tree here. And then you got, these three here, which are pretty much the primary focus. I think the focus is probably somewhere around here on it. And then you've just got the beautiful backdrop of the lake. Like, that's, I thought that was cool. This is like this one isolated tree standing in the middle of a pathway, missing like 2 feet of bark, while everything else around it is just like, what's up, chilling. And this guy's like, they ripped off my skin. I know I'm a little weird sometimes, but it's a dead ass tree, a real dead tree, been dead a long time. I just thought it was cool that that's the current state of decomposition that it was in. But like, look at that detail. And these are compressed JPEGs. Like, I don't apply my filters to my RAW files because I shoot in RAW, and I want those if I need to go back later and tweak some balance. I want the base unmolested sensor image. So I thought this was a cool picture. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see that on OBS. Pretty well, I guess. This I had to, like, I was standing here for probably a couple of minutes just tweaking my settings, trying to get a solid clean shot of this. Like, I don't even remember what my settings ended up being on. I was probably like ISO 400-ish with around a tenth of a second shutter. So it was a longer exposure than I would normally go for because you always risk blur, like if your hand isn't quite steady. But this one came out, I like, pretty solid. I like it. This one is another one of those intentionally overexposed, so that way you can get almost like the rays coming down onto this little bush here, right in the middle. This was basically just how I came upon it, and I saw it. I was like, wow, that's cool. So I took a picture of it. This is the pathway on the way out, actually. I just thought that was a cool way to see that picture. This is kind of dark, but if you could actually see, like, the image itself, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it on OBS. You kind of can, I guess. but it was intentional. It was very dark in that area of the woods. But again, I wanted, to be able to capture a lot of the detail, and it's probably real hard to see through the compression that from the recording as well as through YouTube, but it's a solid one. I gotta sneeze, hang on. Maybe I don't. Okay. Thought I did. Here's another one. Again, it seems dark, and you're probably not gonna be able to catch a lot of the detail, but like, that's just because you're viewing a compressed image, like quadruple compressed. This one I liked because it got like the long road through the park, and these next four ones are my favorites from the entire day. Okay, this is just a caterpillar that I saw chilling, climbing his web in the middle of the path. Like, I stopped just to look at a couple of pictures I had taken before, and like I pick my head up and there he is, like just dead ass in front of me. I'm like, oh hi. So I started taking snaps of him, and like he's crawling up his freaking little webby thing here, and like getting away from me, and I'm trying to get a solid shot of him because like to actually get enough light without having to change my ISO settings, I was trying to extend my shutter time, and I just kept getting blur because it was wiggling so damn much. So I ended up sacrificing and just bringing my ISO up and bringing my shutter time down. Oh, hey, that's cool. You can make it full screen. But yeah, and that's how I ended up bringing that picture in, and then the following ones as well. That's a solid one. That's his back, if you will. But yeah, like I was even able to get his freaking web string here. Like, this one and the next one are my two favorites, though, just because of the amount of detail I was able to get. Like, look at that. Just friggin' look at that. This is freehand with just a 55mm zoom lens. And not even a good one. The cheap-ass DX Nikkor that the D3500 comes with. This is what it can shoot out of the box. Now, that might not impress some people, but I didn't think I could take a picture like that. And then I did. So, if I can, you can. There's another one. That's probably my favorite because, like, you can see his legs, you can see his string, his face, his mouth, his little back tufts, his butt, his little water string there, more little tufts. It's like the background's all blown out with like bokeh lights. Oh. But yeah, this one and that one are my two favorites. Like, you can even see the freaking reflection of the trees in his little whatever that is, his dome. Like, absolutely awesome. These two are like my two favorite pictures that I've ever taken. So, moving on. Forest. More forest. This was actually the one that I was looking for earlier when I was showing you the other one with the path. But this is like, I look at this picture and I expect to see a car speeding down it. You know, coming, like, whipping by the camera, just blazing down it. That's what I expect to see when I look at that picture. So if pictures should stir something in you. Like, that's what I'm going for. This is cool. This is just a little pond that was there. I thought the reflections were cool. Again, was this one that this was one I had to bring my ISO up on because the detail isn't quite there, which means that I didn't increase my shutter speed, or decrease it rather. But, still a solid picture. Better than your phone's going to do. Yes, this next one. This is like my freaking glamour shot right here. This is, to me, the best landscape picture I've ever taken. It's perfect. The lighting, that you've got, shadow depth here. You've got the river here, the tree line, and then all the mountains in the back. And then this big, beautiful blue sky with clouds here and there for contrast. I love this picture. Like, this is the one that I brag about. This one and that last caterpillar one. And that's all of them. Those are my keepers from the day. So out of an entire day of shooting, I got 30 that I personally wanted to take and move forward with. Other people probably would have taken a lot more of the pictures that I actually grabbed and, like, edited them. But anyway, I didn't make the 10-minute mark, but I can probably make the 20-minute mark, which is almost as good. So let me just say, that's a great camera. The Nikon D3500. I've heard that the D3400 is as good, if not better, actually. Like, they cheaped out a little bit on the 3500 comparatively. I don't have firsthand experience with any DSLR camera other than this, so all I can tell you is secondhand knowledge. But this one is great. If you're looking to get into photography in general, I'm sure that, Canon and Sony make great products too. But I don't have any experience with them, so I can't speak to that firsthand. And I'm not willing to, like, anything I'm saying on here, making a video of, this is my firsthand experience, my firsthand knowledge, things that I've seen and had in my hands. This, I've spent, oops, sorry, that was a little loud. I've spent hours shooting with this. I'm going to close this out with the best. Hold on. There we go. These are the star shots I'm working on. So, yeah, it's that one. This one was kind of cool. So as you can see, stars. You can't do this with a phone. You can't. It doesn't have the light sensitivity settings for it. Facts. So this is a starry background, and I just happened to catch this jumbo jet flying directly over my shot, and it left this trail, and I thought it was awesome. So I kept this picture and I enhanced it out, so it brought out a lot of the background noise, so that way you can see everything. Because that's the downside about astrophotography, is you have to do a lot of editing to actually make it look like anything, or else it just looks like crap. It's just background noise. But this is a cool shot. That one's a cool shot. I like both of those. This is one. Now, all right, I live in a very high light pollution area, unfortunately. So that's why, like, you can't really black out the background. And this one, yeah, it looks like I actually had my shutter speed a little too long, because I'm getting a little bit of blurring on the stars, which just means that they're moving in the picture. So that one's cool, but again, a little bit of blurring. Not everything's in focus, and I got power lines overhead. But that's hard to avoid. This one, though, this one came out, I wish it was a little bit less blurry. But you're looking at stars that are, at least billions, if not trillions of miles away with a $400 camera. Yeah. Look at that. Like, look at that. Just look at it. It's beautiful. Like, it's amazing. This one, there was unfortunately too much background noise / ambient light. Like, you can see the freaking tree that I shot over. And the power lines down here and the other tree. But, yeah. This one was my, I don't know. I might have taken 15 of these shots total, and 4 of them I processed out. The other ones just kind of turned out crap, but these, the colors of the stars, you can see the freaking colors of the stars, like yellow, orangish, reddish, whitish, bluish, that's awesome. Anyway, I'm probably over the 20-minute mark at this point. I am. If you're going to buy a camera, don't buy a several $1,000 full frame body camera if you're just getting into this. You don't need it. And unless you are to the point where you're selling your photographs to National Geographic and you're going out on safaris and taking pictures of animals and shit out in the freaking jungle, you're probably not going to need it. If you are doing that, by all means, go out and spend 20 grand on a camera and lenses. I'm not going to criticize you. That's your bread. I've got that much in tools. My electronics, my toys. I've got a drone. I've got this fancy ass camera. I've got a animal of a desktop computer that I built. I've got an Xbox One X for when, my console peasant friends want to play a game, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, I'll grace you with my presence. I know, I know. Anyway, I'm gonna kill this one here. You're gonna be seeing a lot more videos from me, but they're gonna be like slideshows of the pictures I take. Hopefully I can get some traction with that on YouTube and a little bit of traction with the streaming over on Twitch. And hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of me. On that note, y'all have a good night.